Hi everyone, this is Bobby with Bobby Designs. It's Monday, so that means I have another card for you or project, but today it does happen to be a card. So it's this super cute, super easy, super fast card. So if you are making a lot of Christmas cards this year and you want to change it up and not make them all the same, this one would be very quick and easy for you to make. So let's get started. I'm going to use the Christmas season stamp set. I'm not using the dies that coordinate with this. I'm only going to use the stamp set today. And then I'm going to use our white embossing powder, evening evergreen ink, early espresso ink, and I'm kind of stuck right now in the Craft Whisper white ink. I'm just loving the looks I'm getting from that. So I'm using early espresso. So we're using early espresso. I'm using the Craft 6x6 paper. I'm using the DSP that coordinates with the stamp set. It is the Painted Christmas 12x12. This has got some really, really pretty designs in there, you guys. I would highly suggest you take a look at that. And then I'm going to use for my base Evening Evergreen. Let me just give that a score. Now my piece of DSP is 4x5 1/4. We'll layer that there. This piece of early espresso I cut, I think it's 3 or 3.5. Let me measure it again. 3.5 by 4.5. And then this piece is 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, so let's start out with the really quick. I want to stamp my sentiment first because I have to make sure I get that positioned right so everything else will fit into place. And I'm just going to take the lid off of my embossing powder so I have it ready to go. So I'm just going to ink this up in my Whisper White. And I'm going to stamp it right there in the top right corner. And then I'm going to put some of the white embossing powder right on top. Make sure I have it all covered. Then I'm going to grab my early espresso. I'm going to grab my matte because I feel like my early espresso needs to be re-inked and I have not re-inked it. I totally forgot before I hit play. So I just want to make sure I get a really good image. I know this is a lighter stamped image. It's not supposed to be like really solid or whatnot, but so we're going to do that. Now I'm not really fussing too much about making sure I get this second pine cone. So you have one that's like the background and one's the top. And I'm not too concerned about getting a whole lot of the Whisper White ink on there because we just want it to represent like snow has fallen on the pine cone, right? So it doesn't have to be a whole lot of ink. So I'm just going to make sure I do have it covered really well. Before I turn my heat tool on, I'm going to put the lid on that embossing powder. I have a little tray here. I like to use it. As you can see, the little flakes go everywhere. Let's turn on our heat tool. We'll finish the stamping once we get this melted. I just love heat embossing, you guys. No matter how many times I do it, it's just, you're just like, when that starts to melt, it's just so pretty. You want to be super careful with this heat tool too. It gets super hot. I had an older mat and I was heat embossing over it, and you could really tell where it kind of changed the color of the mat. Didn't damage it, but it did. You could kind of see where the heat had actually hit it. Okay, let's close up that. Then I'm going to go in with my Evening Evergreen. Move these two out of the way, and I'm going to take these little leafy things, I'm not sure what they're called, the little stems, and we're just going to stamp that right there. I should put let's put a scrap piece of paper down. I always do that, and then as you can see, I get my little mat. I got a little bit on my paper there. Now, where's my other one? Okay, so we'll take this image then, and I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm just going to stamp that right there, and then turn it and do it that way. That's just kind of like to fill that in just a little bit. I'm going to let this dry just for a second because I want to run it through my embossing folder. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. We also are going to use the chevron weave ribbon, and this is an evening evergreen as well. And the embossing folder, I don't have the little holder thing over here, the original little paper that it comes in, but this is the subtle embossing folder. One of my faves. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the bigger die cutting machine because it won't fit in the mini. Let me move, try to get everything cleared out of my way. And I will still be posting a video on Thursday, you guys, even though it's gonna be Thanksgiving. It'll be there after. I know everybody's gonna be busy spending quality time with their family, I hope. And I still want to keep to my schedule. So I am committed. So I will post that video. It'll go live on Thursday. I usually try to schedule them about 8 a.m. in the morning. So if you're up before you start cooking, you could watch it or watch it after or watch it the next day. Okay, let me grab my paper. Now we're going to take, I really am upset that I got ink on that, but what are you going to do, right? I'm going to take some dimensionals. I'm trying to do laundry at the same time. This is my weekend thing. I throw my laundry in. It's right in the next room over from me, so I can kind of hear it. Get my laundry going. I come in here and do my videos for you guys. I'm listening to Christmas music on YouTube. I have it playing in the background. Really pretty Christmas pictures are flashing across the screen. So I'm going to bring the ribbon from the back side to the front so I can tie my bow. And I don't want a very big bow. I just want a tiny bow. So I'm just going to pull that through. My hands are starting in again too, you guys. I don't know if you've noticed my Band-Aid, but my skin is popping again. It's ripping open. This one, I don't know what causes that. I had a spot there on the top. It's only in the winter time. So I think it's kind of like dry skin or eczema, and I hate it. It's painful. This one is really bad. I had to put a Band-Aid on it. I thought I had, you know, just like a piece of skin that was loose, and I went to pull it, and when I did, it was like, oh my gosh, that hurt, and it started bleeding, so I left it alone really quickly. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt a lot, I'm not gonna lie. And I think I have a high tolerance for pain, so if I say it hurts, I think it hurts. I think I'm gonna have to even these up a little bit. I'm just gonna kind of scoot it down where I think I want it to be. Let's look at the little, see if we have that. I started to say rip. I'm not gonna rip. I'm gonna trim that. And I think I'll leave that alone then. I kind of like that right there. Okay, let's go ahead and adhere this piece down to the evening evergreen. Come on. My Band-Aid sticking. I have a hair in my eye. I can't see. I'm blinking trying to get it out and it won't go away. And then let's pop some dimensionals on the back of this piece. Here lately I've gotten into popping things up with my dimensionals and the Craft Whisper white ink. I think those two things have become two of my favorite things to do here lately, you guys. And then also don't forget, guys, I have my weekly YouTube live on Wednesday at noon. I am off this Wednesday because I have a doctor's appointment. And hold on a second, I have got to wipe my eye. That's becoming painful. But I do have the doctor's appointment, so as soon as my YouTube live is over, I have got to head out the door so I'm not late for that. So I'm going to use our pearls, and I'm just going to use the smaller ones, and I'm just going to make some clusters. So I'm just going to go and put 3 right beside each other. just like that. I'm going to try to hide that. So let's just pop that little baby. Oops, one stuck to my finger. I don't know if we have, let's see if we have the glue on the back of there, if this one will stick. Let's put this one right there. Oh, okay. Must have lost the adhesive off that one. So let's do this one. And then I'm going to do one right there. Oh, you know what? I think it might have been that one right there that moved. Because I could have swore I put one there. Cute and simple, right, guys? Okay, that is it for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday for my YouTube Live, and then I'll see you back Thursday with another video. And if you guys don't get to watch it before Thanksgiving, I hope you all have a very blessed day with your family and friends and loved ones, and a great Thanksgiving. Thank you, guys.